Good morning, I'm Nigel Croft and this is TA for Traders and it's Thursday the 2nd of March. I'm going to be looking at 5 US stocks in this video. Going through them in alphabetical order, we'll be starting with Apple, which has moved to a new high and still looks very good. Bank of America, where we're having the financials who are leading this push up to new high ground in the US, that still looks good. Best Buy, which came out with Q4 figures yesterday, which were below expectations, so they missed targets there, and that should be sold into rallies. Colony Starwood, where there was a $600 million secondary issue this week, went very well, was placed at a very small discount of 0.9%, and there's further upside expected in those shares. And we'll finish with NVDA, where further consolidation should be expected. Thank you. So let's start with Apple. And you can see that it's pushed into new high ground again. That confirms the recent sideways moves as another flag in the bull run. It should continue to the upside. Target level probably around the 145, 150. It was very good when we left this gap. A bullish break there, and RSI still very positive and still showing positive momentum. MACD has rolled with the market consolidation, but you should not be too concerned with that, and further upside should be expected. On the longer term picture, you can see that the stock was in a downtrend through most of last year, probably going into the release of the, around here was the release of the iPhone 7, around here, so weakness going into there, broke the downtrend, has been positive ever since, and as I said, further upside should be expected. On Bank of America, had a very good day yesterday, broke into new high ground. That confirms this is a flag as well. A secondary flag there. Broke to the upside, has left a gap. That really should push on towards the 30 level. And now all the areas around here become support. So looking at the support resistance levels on Bank of America, you can see the support, obviously no resistance, we're in new high ground, support at 24.02 and support at 23.09, which are here and here. Moving averages are moving upwards, and there's positive momentum. RSI ticking up very nicely at 71, showing positive momentum, and the MACD about to cross. So it looks a very positive picture here. And on the weekly charts, you can see the push up to the new high ground, and that should be expected to go higher. There's no reason not to. The RSI is ticking back up, showing positive momentum. MACD very positive as well. Best Buy, where they missed expectations when they came out of Q4 figures. This has changed the picture to the negative. You could see that even before the figures came out, the share was having difficulty in breaking above the downtrending 50-day moving average, which is the blue line here. It was having difficulty with that. The 20-day was going to be rolling down anyway, as the market was failing on the upside and showing no positive momentum. Now we've broken down. really any rally should be used as an opportunity to sell this to sell Best Buy, and you would expect the areas below 40 to be tested in the not too distant future. On the longer term picture, you can see that 40 level has been a resistance previously, 40 up to 41.5 there, and I mean here 36 up to 40.5. So that would be a good support level now, and also you'd get the support from the rise in 50-week moving average. So I would expect that to hold, but I would expect the market to move down to that level. Looking at the support resistances on Best Buy, resistance at 44.46 and 46.45, and then the supports coming in, as I said, around the 40. So 40.6 is a key resistance, followed by 37.10. Going on to Colony Starwood, been quite volatile this week as the secondary has been ongoing. Quite a large secondary, 600 million. So you would have expected it to have caused this volatility increase. Now the issues has priced. It priced at 32.50. That will be a good support level now. That'll be on people's minds that there was buyers of 600 million at that level. It was a small discount to the close, only 0.9% discount. The market's got immediate support from the 20-day moving average, which is at 31.98. A bit of resistance from Tuesday, but that should be broken quite soon, and further upside in this share should be expected as well. On the longer term picture, you can see that this move is taking us into new high ground, and I mean really that's a very positive all over is a very positive picture, and there was this downtrend that got broken. This has then become a flag, and now it's broken that to the upside. So you'd expect a push up towards the 36, 38 in that range. Looking at the support resistance levels on Colony Starwood, there's that small resistance 33.23, which was from the previous high a couple of days ago, and then the support's coming in at 31.98 and 31.12. Okay, moving on to the final stock for today, NVDA. Obviously a very popular share this year. Unfortunately, I believe that it has now broken to the downside, and further consolidation should be expected. I'll draw in the trend line, which will make it a bit easier to see. But if you draw a trend from the low there and go through the low there, as you can draw it probably there, you can see that we've broken down below there with the break that we had last week. The problem was the market failed to get through the 20-day, consolidated. The 50-day gave no support, even though it was moving upwards. Those moving averages will now act as resistance, and further downside should be expected. The RSI has now turned to show negative momentum. MACD also indicative of negative momentum. If the support fails, which is just, I'll show you in a second, 95.3, somewhere around there, you'd expect an eventual pullback to fill this gap, so that would take us back down to about 73, and then you'd have the 200-day moving average coming in to give support. on a longer term picture, and obviously we've had this big run up, so it's hard to really judge it, but the 73, the gaps around here, you'd see that it'd be the 50-week moving average that will give the support, but as I said, that the trend here has been broken to the downside, and further downside should be expected. I'll just show you the supports, resistance. So resistance on any upside 111.8, 120.7, and the support at 95.7 and 87.54. So that is concludes our first video for today on 5 US stocks. I'm going to come back in about half an hour and go through 5 UK stocks, so please do come back and watch that video. Thank you.